Somehow we got muted.
Oh, wait. Did you hear that first part? Let's start over. Hey, hello, I'm Peter Hartman, Director of Cat Fab Lab. Thanks for coming. I'm here with Diana Gutierrez, who is the inventor of this adorable fox mask. Diana, why don't you tell us a little bit about your mask?
Yes,
and
hi.
why you made it?
Hey, everybody. This is Diana. And yes, I am the designer of this mask. The reason why I made it was because the other masks were very uncomfortable. I couldn't breathe through them. They kept coming into my mouth. And I decided to make something that was easier to breathe through, away from my mouth, and fun, because everything else was just so boring and a little creepy.
Oh, so you can actually make one of these yourself. If you sign up for our virtual sewing workshop, you have to have your own sewing machine though. That happens October, shameless plug, that happens October 28th and 29th. It's 2 3-hour sessions, and that's Eastern time zone. So I hope you sign up for that. And optionally, you'll be able to get, when you sign up for that workshop, you could potentially get one of these handy dandy phone stands, so that Diana can see what you're doing and help you with any problems. And then if you have any problems with your machine, I can help you with that. So Cat Fab Lab is the only makerspace that is bootstrapped by a jazz club. We're pretty sure that's a true statement. We've been around for about 5 years. We are so grateful for Maker Faire. Thank you so much to Dan Schneiderman. And Maker Faire has been a great thing for us to tell our story, to explain to people what we're all about, and what we do here. So let's get into it. Speaking of Maker Faire, this was our last Maker Faire project that we brought to the World Maker Faire in 2018. We call it the Sampleator. It's a music sequencer that you program with colored pegs. And this is a row of color sensors. As the pegs pass by, the colors get interpreted and mapped to different notes on the keyboard. It's MIDI information at some point, and then that goes in to a sampler, which we have drum sounds loaded up. So this is our tempo control over here. When I lift this bar, if you watch the disc, you'll see it start to move. The color sensors are going into a TNC 3.6, and then it's a MIDI out into this Raspberry Pi, and a speaker out into our amplifier. One of the problems that we had to solve was how do we know where the blocks are overhead? Like, if we take a color sampling here, there's no useful information there, right? So what we did is add these timing pegs in, and this is an infrared beam break sensor. So when the beam's broken, then we're saying, okay, take a sampling. And yep, it was a huge hit. We got a few awards for it. That was great fun. All right, there's a lot to cover. Let's keep going. This is our metalworking area. We've got metal bandsaw. We tune it to G. A metal lathe back there, like a combination lathe, mill, and drill press. This is a recent addition. This just got donated. We're this tiny CNC. We're going to be milling circuit boards on this mostly. I think. This is our most recent addition, the welding area. Come on back. So we decided to do, that's fine. We decided to do TIG and spot welding only. This is our spot welder. TIG is arguably the least fumey of all the kinds of welding. So that's really important to us since we're in such a small space. The impact is kind of similar like to soldering. And in terms of COVID, what we're doing is our welding instructor will be back here only with one student at a time. And then we've made this like an auto darkening adapter that goes over the camera so that we can display on this screen here. The instructor can use this screen to help stream what's happening out into the larger space where students can observe and be socially distanced at the same time. All right, let's look at the lab from here. This is our vacuum former. The way this machine works, if you're unfamiliar, you take a sheet of plastic, it gets clamped in on this side over here. This side heats up. Once it starts to be really soft, you flip it over onto an object, turn on the vacuum pump, and it sucks the plastic around the object. So from this piece, which we carved out on the CNC, gave us this. This was PLA, clear PLA that we painted from the back. We also do PETG, which is food safe. You could do candy molds, or polystyrene, which is what this is. One of our members gets data from NASA and machines these moonscapes out of wood. So, and then he'll make plastic copies, paint them, and sell them on like an Etsy. So, all right, come on in. This is the heart of the TARDIS. The laser cutter, like a good laser cutter is the beating heart of any makerspace, I would say. It's our most favorite tool, I think, because you can iterate so fast. You can just like, you can design something, try it out, but if it doesn't work, bang out another copy. Like, make a change, you know, bang it out again. We're doing mostly, I would say like acrylic and plywood, veg tan leather, some fabrics. It's an 80-watt laser. The bed is 29 by 17. We can cut up to like half-inch material. There's a lot of char here, but you can do it. We were kind of naive when we first started. We started off with a list of materials that you shouldn't put in the machine. In the beginning, we said, you know, don't cut PVC, you'll be fine. Well, that's a bad idea because there are too many potentially toxic materials to keep track of. So we switched to an approved materials list. We've developed a certification that is really based on all the mistakes that we've made. Learning from your mistakes is a good thing. So for instance, one of the questions on our certification is, what's the fastest way to break a lens within normal use of the machine? The answer to that is, for us, means putting material that is warped into the machine. One time somebody put a piece of cardboard in that was warped, and they focused on the low side. And as the job continued, the cone ended up touching that material and completely covered the lens with carbon, and 100% of that laser energy ended up going into the lens, and it cracks immediately. So we also test people, how much does a new lens cost? So there's the invoice for that to hit home that, hey, if you break this lens, you're on the hook for it. So if anybody would like our laser certification, I'd be happy to share that with you. Peter@fatcafablab.org. This is our, this is the door to our tiny little shop. And all the safety stuff that that we offer is here. Ear protection, gloves, eye protection, alcohol for you to like disinfect your protected gear. Respirators is something that we took out because we didn't think we could properly disinfect it. This is our CNC machine. It's a 36 by 25. It's a Cammaster Stinger 1 machine. We really like it because it's got a super stiff steel frame, which means we can do aluminum and brass in addition to wood and plastic. So here is that piece that was used to make the plastic copy out in the other space. Here's another one. This is curly maple, so it's hard to read the text because it's so reflective. But this is Messier crater, and it's kind of a cool piece. I remember it did. We've got more traditional shop tools. Compressor, belt sander, drill press, sandblasting cabinets, grinders, more belt sanders, hammers and clamps and squares, miter saw. All of our screwdrivers and pliers and wrenches are in this cabinet. We've got other corded tools back there. Skill saws, jigsaws, hand routers. This is our little spray booth. Belt sanders here, and dust collection for the CNCs back here. All right. This is our textile area. So we've got the industrial sewing machine here. This can do leather, heavy canvas. We finally have 5 working sewing machines. We're very excited about that. We've got a serger. So the serger does this kind of seam inside your t-shirt. This is our heat press, which is, it's really fun when it's used in conjunction with another tool we have, the vinyl cutter. So you can get heat transferable vinyl, cut it out into a design, and then adhere it to a t-shirt with this machine, or buy like heat transfer paper and then print your own logo and print that on a shirt. Every makerspace should have an acrylic descent collar. This is ours. All right, let's move on. Cat Fab Lab helps form something called NYC Makes PPE. Earlier, you heard Scott talking about our work that we did together for the pandemic. It's a coalition of NYC Makerspaces, and we raised over $86,000 and distributed over 90,000 individual pieces of PPE to local healthcare and frontline workers here in the city and really the tri-state area. So we're so grateful for all the support that made that work possible. We're intensely proud of that work. And what an honor to be able to do it, right? Like those people are like absolute heroes. So that was really amazing. And additionally, it was really great to get closer to the people, like our counterparts in the other makers, like in the other maker spaces here in the city, and really like all along the like the East Coast. It brought us together, and it's been great to get to know those folks. Mostly what we're doing here is making face shields. So we actually had got injection molded parts made. You may recognize this as the 3D Verkstan model. So we were like laser cutting transparencies for the holes. And the way we distribute those is like, we can't really ship them like pre-assembled. This takes up too much space. So what we do is like send them like kits. Like this is like, this makes 20 shields. So we give them the transparencies, the instructions, like disclaimer and all that. The University of Wisconsin style is what we were making also, with the like the visor, the foam, and the elastic. We were like laser cutting the foam and then using 3M foam fast to adhere that to the visors. Hackman and Hatton was cranking out a lot of these inhaler spacers. We made it. They also made us tons of ear savers, which are great. One of the problems that we were facing, like Scott was saying, like about the elastic, well, sometimes you couldn't source what you needed to make the masks. So we couldn't get elastic in the beginning. So we were canvassing our local bike shops for used or for old tubes that they were going to throw out. So what we ended up doing is making these jigs with like an X-Acto blade. Like we'd split the tube very carefully in half, and then make these jigs to like split the tubes like really neatly. And that's actually how we got our first batch of shields out the door. So, all right, let me show you one of my projects. This is a light installation that's using fade candy and Tyvek. Tyvek as a diffuser. I'm kind of obsessed with campfires, and so I find this really soothing. When you add the sounds in, you really feel it. Fade candy is so it's so fun and so easy to get started doing really interesting light art. Like this is just like 4 lines of Python. It's super easy and just like looks really great. Fade candy does a lot of the heavy lifting. So super cool. This is one. Chris Walker made this, one of our old members. This is like 10 layers of plywood laminated together. Up there is stuff we cut on our vinyl cutter. This is the beginning of the electronics area. So we've got a reflow oven. This is the Controlio 2 reflow oven kit. So if you do like a surface mount electronics project, you have your own board designed, you can assemble it here. There's oscilloscope, power supplies, soldering stations, solder, desoldering tools, all this kind of stuff. We recently got a new plotter. One of our members brought this in to share. There's the vinyl cutter. Oh, look at this. 6 awards from our previous Maker Faire projects. We stock electronic components. It's pretty loose. We just tell our members like, hey, if you want, or if you use a bunch of our stuff, like chip in something for it. We have mostly Ultimakers in our 3D printing area. We are so grateful. Ultimaker has been so nice to us. They've brought these machines here basically on permanent loan. And they give us like free parts too. So like we started off with a printers of a brand I'm sure that you know, and they were really difficult to use, and these have been great. So thank you, Ultimaker, for that. We can also do stuff like this. This is all one print, believe it or not. It took 52 hours. There was actually like a spire that broke off. So that was done on this machine over here. This crazy Dutchman came up with this thing called the Z Unlimited. And it involves an Ultimaker. You turn it upside down, install the print head upside down, and then the whole printer rides on this car up the wall. So if you have more wall, you can add more track. And that's what they call it the Z Unlimited. As your print grows, as the print size grows, you may need these arms, which you can use to like embed like threads into the piece, because the action of the extruder can sometimes break the piece free, like it'll wobble. So the threads help keep it in place. Our members, space is at a premium here in New York City. Here we are in the heart of New York, on the West Village. So we charge our members for storage if they want to bring their projects in and leave them here. So for an extra $30 a month, members get a 70-quart storage tub. We understand that not everything is going to fit in the tub, so there's an oversized area. We just tell people make sure your name is on it, and we have to go through it every few months to like weed out all the stuff that is squirreled away without a name. So in terms of COVID, what we've been doing is internally, we've been limiting occupancy to this of the space to 6 people, and the way we do that is through this resource calendar system that we already had in place for our laser cutter and CNC. So it was pretty easy to do that. So now, like, there's a resources called like Lab 1 through 6. So this evening, like, we booked the whole space just so we could do this without any interruptions. We're very lucky because this whole side of the space is all windows. So potentially we can get really good airflow in here. We're wearing masks, as you can see. And we've laid out social distancing markers on the floor. So it kind of looks like a Venn diagram to some extent. So this way people can set up and be 6 feet apart. This has been a really rough time for us because we lost about, I would say, like 20, 22 members. We're not taking in as much money as our expenses are. So like, we had to start a GoFundMe to try to help that situation. We're so grateful for all that support. We raised about $6,000 that way. And I'm super grateful for our board here, who has really stepped up and has come up with a very interesting long-term fundraising plan. So rather than saying, hey, give us money for our rent, what we're doing is a sponsored membership program. So we're saying, hey, give this money to help this person make this project, or like learn these skills so they can get a job. And there's a human element to it that that way. So we've just launched the application for that on our website, and we've already got some pledges coming in. And what's really been amazing for us is the support of eNable. The eNable Alliance has offered to become our fiscal sponsor. We are a New York State not-for-profit corporation, but we're not a 501c3. So for the first time, we can accept contributions that are tax deductible. So that is amazing. And Maria Escuela is the president of that organization, which is amazing in its own right. You should definitely register for EnableCon, which is happening right now. There's another session. There's another 2 sessions next weekend. What they do is make 3D printed prosthetics, for kids and like veterans, whoever needs them. So thank you, Maria, for all your support. Through eNable, we're able to take advantage of like matching grants, which otherwise we would never be able to do that. So thank you. Anyway, so let's have some questions. Let me turn around. Thank you. Thank you, Pat, who says, you're superheroes. Thank you for all the PPE. No, the healthcare workers are the true heroes. Let's see. Scrolling back here. Okay, do you have any questions? Oh, wow, as a makerspace? I would say our first, oh yeah, sorry, that's a great, thank you, good point. There's a question that says, what have been some of your favorite Maker Faire experiences as a makerspace? Getting mobbed with kids. When we brought this project called the Fat Cat Hot Shot. That was we've got the plaque for that. Thinking all the awards we got for it over the years. The Hot Shot is a shooting gallery that shoots ping pong balls, and it was just a blast. Like we sort of forgot that that kids would be into it too. Like we just built the thing because we thought it was fun, and then like it was just this huge surprise that it would bring these kids all this joy as well. I'm gonna plug in my battery. So the question is, statement and then a question. Someone says, love the mask, is the pattern available? I would have to ask Diana about that, but you should really consider taking our workshop. Sonny, go to our website and click on the workshops tab. I should really have a link ready for that. You can sign up for the workshop, which is happening October 28 and 29. Awesome, cool. Any other questions? I'll turn this way. You won't see all the storage. Let's see, any more? Oh, how many more projects? Sure, yeah, oh yeah, constantly. Well, we're about to launch this new meetup called No Project, No Problem. And it's aimed at people that join and don't necessarily know how to get started. So the idea is that we would come up with a bunch of ideas that people could, project ideas that people could join in on and start working on. Or they could brainstorm it like on their own and come up with their own ideas. But a couple of the ideas are that we thought is mobile cornhole. So I have these super powerful like spring-loaded arms that came from a car. Oh, thank you. Our link was shared on the YouTube chat. Thanks so much. What we want to do is have like a 2x4 sheet of like plywood or MDF or something, build a cornhole target on there. And then the spring arm is like a catapult that goes in the back. So we'll make two of these, and then we can play it outside, maybe across like 7th Avenue, depending on how strong they are. So that'll be fun to like raise awareness to the space. Another idea is, well, we keep accumulating these like propane bottles and don't really know like what to do with them. So. But the thing is, they make really cool sounds when you knock them together. So what I was thinking of is like an Internet of Things, like chime. Like when we get a brand new member, that these will go off. Thank you. They says yes, they make a cool sound. Love the chime idea. So that and yeah. Hey, Woody's there and Paige. I think I had another idea for No Project, No Problem, but I can't seem to remember it. Let me look for it. Oh, look, while people are thinking of other questions. This is Woody, our CNC.
Who's this?
Hey, this is Maker Faire. Maker Faire, this is Woody. Woody, this is Maker Faire.
Hello, how's it going?
He's our laser and CNC teacher.
Yo, is it cool if I bring in that tall 3D printer tomorrow?
Wait. I'm doing Q&A. Let me.
Oh.
Yeah. Someone says hi, Woody, I think. For the another idea I had was for the shooting gallery, I made a giant 7-segment display. That's like something that looks like a digital clock, if you know what that like if you're not sure what that means. So I was thinking of like repurposing that into something that displays like how many members we have here. If you want to take a look at, if you want to take a look at that project, you can see a video about it here. Okay. Well, thanks so very much. Someone says, I think those are all the questions we have. That was an amazing tour. Thank you. All right. Well, in that case, we'll sign off. And I want to thank Maker Faire and everyone who's making the Empire State Maker Faire happen. This is fantastic. And man, we hope to see everyone in person at World Maker Faire again. All right. Good night.